introduce everybody. We've got V.J. Foster, who's playing Slocum, the lead character, and who was in the original production, and Beth Millis, who's directing our production, and Tim Robinson.
Can you turn that around, because I get like kind of self-conscious?
Yeah.
No, the other way.
Oh, no,
We don't want to
the-
see ourselves.
The
Oh,
camera's
the
in.
camera's right there?
Yeah.
All right.
So just look at me.
Hi.
Hi, Greg.
Alright. So I'm going to open up with the question, why Carnage, why now?
I read it a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago again. It was something we had originally developed in 1987 for the Museum of Contemporary Art here in Los Angeles, and we'd done one production there, and then we did another production that ran for quite a long time in Los Angeles, and then we went and toured it to Edinburgh and New York City. And so we were working on it from about 86 to 88, and so it was quite a long process, and we really kind of grew the play. It was a great opportunity to be able to develop a play. And what it's about is essentially the difference between a zealot and a con man. And a con man will steal your wallet, and a zealot may steal your soul. And so it's the power struggle within a Christian fundamentalist, feel-good kind of revival church. And the power struggle is between the character Jeff plays, called Cotton Slocum, and his acolyte named Tack. And one of the things that was happening at the time that was of concern to Adam Simon, who I co-wrote the play with, and I, was the rise in a kind of a militant Christianity. The idea that there is a connection between this fundamentalism and violence. And that was, in '86 was a problem, and has become more and more and more of a problem as time has progressed. And now in 2008, we are in a situation where it has manifested on so many different levels, in so many different religions. And so, reading the play again a couple of years ago, it occurred to me that this is a good time to bring it back.
And Beth, bringing it back, what you saw the original production, your husband was in it. What inspires you about taking this on again from a fresh perspective?
I wasn't blessed to see the original production, but I'm thrilled that my husband was in it. I actually saw the original. Oh, you mean I did see the original production last night.
Yeah, it's on
On a
DVD. It's
secret,
very kind of a
private
secret.
DVD showing. I always think that this is the bravest company I've ever met, and I love to work with this energy and this bravery, and to work on a piece that was one of their initial pieces developed in workshop with the company was a thrilling opportunity, and I love the humanity underneath it, and the sort of ravenous anger, and the theme of hypocrisy, which is valid for all of us, right, which we discovered in workshop, and I just love to work here, and when Tim called me, I was just thrilled to come out here and work again. So.
And V.J., you were in the original production in a different role, so what's it like to take this on from a new perspective?
It's interesting as a challenge because I'm constantly fighting the images of the play as it was and as I knew it, in order to reinvent it and in order to find a new energy for it. So that's my challenge, but I'm excited because the play is so relevant and has so much to say about not just politics in America and a religion in America, but it's uniquely American in its reality and in its scope, but it extends beyond that to world politics. I mean, you're talking about the issues of war and peace and issues of the future of mankind and how we can coexist. So there is immediacy to it and an impact. So I hope that we can do justice to what the original intent was, and I'm just excited to begin the process of that.
So what can audiences who are going to come here to the Ivy Substation in Culver City look forward to experiencing that's going to be unique and different from any kind of other theater they could have in Los Angeles with seeing this production?
Well, you're definitely not going to see a Cotton Slocum fly out of a cannon and land in the desert in any other production in Los Angeles. or the car wreck that a delusional, hallucinating Slocum runs into in the middle of the desert. Is it a mirage or not? the kind of upwardly mobile family that's been in a car wreck, and he thinks it's a vision of hell.
Shapeshifters.
You know, it's pretty you know, it's pretty wild, this play. I mean, there's some really strange imagery in it, and but you know, as with all our productions, particularly with the ones that we approach from a satirical bent, we approach with full speed in workshops when we're developing them with humor and what's funny, and not what's ha-ha funny, what's funny in a way that is more in tune with the closest thing in the animal kingdom that approaches a smile or a laugh is the baring of the teeth. And so partly it's a humor that comes from a fear or a anger, and it's that kind of laughter. It's also, I think the play dares to be silly and ridiculous at times, but in a way that's rooted in truth and reality, the kind of crazy, surreal behavior that people are capable of, particularly people that have either too much faith or too little, and those that are at the extremes of life and death situations. There's always humor to be tapped in those situations.
I always say I live for that experience in the theater where you're in the audience and you're sitting on the edge of your seat because you don't know what's going to happen again, and you can't even believe that someone would actually be doing what they're seeing on stage, but you need to watch it because you hope they'll do more. And this play definitely has that feeling. And it also, if we do it well, it will be hilariously funny, but will cause everyone to question their own either belief or lies, you know? And I love that about it because it's a constant interaction.
The challenge to make the ridiculous real, and through that, a sort of more poignant message. That's the challenge that I feel, and it's something that we've been able to do well throughout our history, and I hope we can build on that.
There's music in it too.
All right.
Yeah, talk about the music.
There's a couple Hank Williams songs, Lost Highway and Battle of Armageddon. Armageddon, he spells it out in the lyrics. It's not Armageddon, it's Armageddon. There's some original music written by my brother David Robbins, including a song called After the End, which I wrote the lyrics for. There's incidental music. There's some feel-good kind of Christian numbers, some clap-along and dance-along numbers.
Spirituals.
You know, Coming Around the Mountain, and a great song called Why Do People Act This Way? Anyway, it's fun. It's a fun show. It's at the end ultimately disturbing, and has something to say about what faith is, and what true spirituality is, and what the nature of compassion means in relation to faith, and how important that is. You know, I invite you all to come on down to the Actors Gang in Culver City, Ivy Substation, juncture of Venice and Culver Boulevard. Come on down.
You won't be disappointed.
And check back next week for our next week's webcast. Thanks.